Okay, class, take a look. Okay, basically we are in the chapter 3. Okay, we have already finished all the right views regard good and evil, karma and retribution, previous and future life, and also worldly beings and sages. Okay, then in the previous lesson we talked about the 3 woeful states. Okay, which is the hell, animals, and also hungry ghosts. Okay, so today we continue with human and heaven. Okay, so let's take a look. So I think Kamling, can you please read it out? The two good paths, please.
The 2 good paths. Humans wax with suffering and happiness are the pivot of essence and descent. Humans are the true pivot, not ghosts. But this traditional misconception about ghosts still lingers. Can't see where it's at now. The good path.
Yes.
The good path of humans is the one we understand most intimately. The rewards of being human is neither like the oppressive sufferings in the 3 evil destinies, nor like the happiness in the heavens. Humans are tied to suffering and happiness, both of which fluctuate rapidly. Still, this is a good environment for practicing the Buddha Dharma. In the evil destinies, being suffered so much that they have no time to practice. In the heavens, there is so much happiness that the beings there have enjoyment all the time. Their wisdom declines and they make no connection with the Buddha Dharma. In the human world, religious practice can be compared to sharpening a knife on a stone, which with more rubbing, the knife becomes sharper. In the heavens, religious practice is like cutting sword with a knife. The more the knife cuts, the blunter it becomes. In the 5 destinies, human the period of essence and descent. For example, one is reborn in heaven because as a human, one accumulated good karma and practice meditation. If one is reborn very high in the heavens, or is reborn in heaven, straight from an evil transmigration, this can only be because of the good deeds that one has done as a human in the past lives. The principal reason that one might descend to the evil destinies is that one committed bad deeds as a human. If one falls into the evil destinies from the heavens, it is not because one has done evil in the divine beings. Evil as a divine being. Since divine beings do not do extremely evil deeds above the realm of form, there are only afflictions that are neutral, without good or bad effects. Such a fall is instead because one's good fortune in heaven has come to an end and past evil karma, unresolved until this time, has matured to the point of retribution.
Okay, thank you so much. Please off the mic after the reading. Okay, class, take a look. So this is tiger. Okay, we all know that tiger is the carnivore, meaning to say they keep on killing and eating the meat. So you think, where will the tiger reborn since as a carnivore? Yong-sik, what do you think?
After the tiger passed away, where the tiger reborn?
Yes, since it is a carnivore and keep on eating keep on killing and eating meat.
I don't know. I think because tiger is by nature, right? It's like they cannot decide like human. I think it really depends on what is his past life, I guess.
So you mean I think it's just now you are laughing because if you think the tiger should reborn as a human again, it seems endless the recycling. Am I right? You laugh because nature by nature is killing. This animal keep on killing, so meaning to say that the killing is not ending. Am I right? You were laughing due to this, right?
I'm laughing. It's more like the tiger by nature they have to kill to survive, and then
yes.
human maybe can grow vegetable, do something else lah. And the reborn of the tiger really maybe not so much depends on what they do, but maybe it depends on the larger karma of before they become a lion, or I don't know.
Okay. You are guessing now, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is a good guessing because you see, if let's say tiger by nature killing and reborn become a tiger again, or in the three woeful state, it seems like you keep on just in the three woeful states and doesn't have any opportunity to become human or heaven, right? Okay. And same, if let's say if this is the nature, if this is the rules and regulation, what happened to the elephant? Elephant and also a giraffe or a herbivore. So we need to say that eating the grass, it is a vegetarian. So the Allah will become getting better and better. It sounds not logic, right? Yes. So this is the second point we mentioned. Human as a pivot. Okay. Well, what does it mean now? Meaning to say that using your guessing is right. Once the tiger pass away, die. Okay. I mean, where will the tiger reborn? It depends in the previous life as a human. Meaning to say that maybe from his the tiger past life is a human and create some good karma. Okay, so once the tiger die, immediately that karma will take effects and let the tiger reborn as a human. Something like that. It's more logic. Same, likewise to the elephant. Even though they are the herbivore, it doesn't mean that eating the vegetarian they got them married, then they can reborn better. No. Where will they go also depends. I mean, in the previous life as a human, okay, that human life, that human karma decide where is their next destination. Likewise apply to the heaven. Basically in heaven, their joy is they are always in the joy. Okay, and since they have too much joy, basically this type of people they are quite lazy for cultivation. I think it is easy for us to understand how is the heaven. If let's say, for example, Amanda, if you are given an allocation of $3 million, what will you do in the first place? Will you keep in the bank, then quit a job and go to the jungle for meditation, or maybe you go for traveling in the first place? Amanda, you think? Logically speaking, if for those who without learning the Dharma, you think which one?
I think we'll keep some in the bank and enjoy some of it.
Then travel the whole world. And you see, okay, that is the reason why human is so precious. Because you see, of course, if the life is too joy, okay, people used to tell to become lazy. I think people always heard about the story for the successful people. Okay, maybe the 10 wealthiest people in the world,
or maybe you try to check the high attainment of a monk, basically they're all gone through the suffering. Basically, most of them I mean, their background, their family, they come from a very poor family and with a lot of, I mean, difficulties. So this is the difficulty really inspire the human getting better. You see, here, shall I know, let me do a little bit of research. Okay, all of you are learning Dharma here. Anybody, may I know, can you please raise your hand if you learn Dharma due to suffering or some patient or some problem? Can you put up your hand? Okay, Amanda, Yongsin, Yokwa, Sally. You see, almost many people, almost everybody, you learn Dharma because you have problem and difficulty. But as if you become reborn as a Dewa, totally none. This is not available. So even though the suffering and the joy is equal in the human compared with the other realm, but people really appreciate human. It's due to, even though they feel difficulty, but from difficulty it will inspire themselves and getting harder, and they will try to look the way up. So this is the precious of a human. So in the sutra it mentioned that Buddha from the three life are all from human. There's a text mentioned that all Buddha come from a human. They won't come from heaven. It seldom come from also the three realm. Because why the three realm they are not smart enough. We never see that. No matter how clever chimpanzee, it's impossible. We never see them to meditate. They wouldn't as smart as human. We can create civilization. They can't. I think the most close to us is the Homo sapien. Even though the Homo sapien, some according to some study, the origin of the human, the species of the human, is from Africa. From Africa, they call it as a Homo sapien. Well, if you try to go through the evolution, evolution of human. From the picture, we notice that you see, there is a changing. You see, well, actually, this is a different species. Okay, well, the last species, especially those can walk. Okay. And with the big brain, it's very close to us, is the Homo sapien. Their origin from Africa. From Africa, they start to travel out to the whole over. So meaning to say that most of if we check our genetic, we can find the genetic of the Homo sapien from Africa. Now this is widely recognized by all the biologists, very authentic biologists. Yeah, they recognize that. Okay. But here, this is one thing. Then you see, but if let's say you become a Dewa, well, as I said, too much joy, you wouldn't think for cultivation, you wouldn't think for meditation. And then one thing is, as a human, as I mentioned just now, we enjoy, I mean, suffering and the joy is quite equal in our realm. Okay, so this makes human is a very good realm compared with the rest. Even we are considered better than the heaven. You see, so let me try to check this. Okay. Yes, human are the tied to suffering and yes. Okay. So we have a good environment to practice. Then for evil destination, there's no time to practice and they don't have the wisdom at the same time. So we are the pivot of the ascent and the descent. Okay, so that's the point. Let me try to look for you. This is from the Nikaya. It's regards, I mean, all the Buddha come from a human. This is Buddha three life from human. Let me check it for you. Maybe I have to put Nikaya. I want to check from the Nikaya. Okay. cycle. Okay, maybe I have to change to the agama or okay, never mind, I didn't get it. Okay, the reason is my reading mostly based on Chinese classical texts, or sometimes when I try to do the conversion, or I can't get it, the translation might not be available. Yes, Jing Jue, any question? Yes.
Hi, Sifu. So I'm just curious, when you say three Buddha, are you talking about the Buddha as释迦牟尼 or there's more than释迦牟尼 4?
Yes, there's more than释迦牟尼 4, but they wouldn't be in one era.
Okay, so all these four that has the same Buddhahood, they were from human in their previous life.
From the past, future, and the present. From our original text, we noticed that the Buddha more than one. But basically, in one era, there's only one Buddha. They wouldn't double Buddha in one era. There must be one Buddha only. So one Buddha to the Parinibbana, then the second Buddha will appear. So according to the prediction of Shakyamuni, the coming Buddha is a Maitreya Buddha. It will become he will be coming is about 56 million years. 5.6 billion years. Then he will appear, and he came from where the Maitreya Buddha came from the Tushita heaven. So from Tushita heaven, he come to the earth, and from here he enlightened, and he tried to teach the people at the same time. They all enlightened together. Okay, so that is from the original text. It's regards to the Maitreya Buddha. This is available, I think, in Nikaya. Okay.
Thank you, Sifu.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so never mind, I can't get it lah. Never mind. I think later I will try to find out for you all. The Nikaya, the English version. Okay, next paragraph. Yeah, Amanda, can you please read it out? Rebirth.
Rebirth in the destiny of animals or ghosts straight from the hells is also not caused by the evil deeds of the beings in the hells. Since they are so occupied by suffering, how can they do evil? Such rebirths are all caused by the evil deeds beings have committed as humans in previous life. Except for a few beings with higher status, the majority of ghosts and animals do not commit evil deeds. Even in the human world, an ignorant child or a psychotic lunatic cannot be held responsible for such serious crimes as killing. Animals, who are more ignorant than children, act only from their natural instincts. The phenomena of big fishes or insects eating small ones are pitiful. Such beings are defiled, and their behavior can have minor karma and minor retribution. But their actions definitely will not become the guiding karma that could lead them to the three evil destinies. Therefore, ascending and descending through the force of karma, except in the case of a few ghosts and animals, is primarily due to the good or bad karmic forces of humankind. On the other hand, human beings' ability to practice meditation with its possible consequence of being born in heaven is good karma. Becoming a monastic person, keeping the precepts, practicing cultivation, ending birth and death, becoming a Buddha, these are possible only for humans. When humans do evil, they can be extremely evil. When they do good, they can rise to the ultimate. With regard to ascent and descent in the five destinies, good or evil human conduct is the central pivot from which all movements up or down are initiated. Because of this, one should be cautious not to lose the human form and fall into the evil destinies. One should also be happy that one is a human now, because the opportunity to be free from birth and death and to become a Buddha has arrived.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, class, from the two paragraphs, we will notice one thing is human realm is the most complicated realm if you compare with other. Why? You see, even though we say human are very smart, right? But you are able to see some mental and disability children in our realm, right? Which is the level is quite approximate to the animal, right? Because the mental retarded meaning to say the whole life is just like that. See or not? Okay, so we need to say that even though in human, there's a mixture. Some human, due to the past life karma, their ability, their IQ are just like a animal only. Even of course, in animal, we notice some animal is as clever as quite close to the human. You can notice that also. But anyway, it looks so. In human realm, but anyway, if let's say if you notice some children, the behavior very close to the animal, they will show the characteristic. For example, number one, the lack of sympathy. They're very cruel. And they don't have the feeling of the remorse and shameful. Basically, if let's say they're just reborn from the animal, they will show all this type of feature of an animal. Okay, they will show a little bit lah. So some people, especially if you open the third eye, you are able to see how come some human they don't behave like a human. Why? Because very close. Maybe their past life is just from animal and come to the human. So they will behave like this. Okay. But anyway, in our human realms, we say human is very, very important because our intention decide our karma. Okay. But if let's say you are children, okay, or you are the lunatic person, or maybe you are drunken people, if let's say you do the killing, you are not considered commit the crime. The reason is you don't have the intention. Okay, we follow the. The Constitution also follow these rules. See, so meaning to say that if you are below 18 years old and you commit the killing, you wouldn't be sentenced for the capital punishment because you are ignorant. Okay, but anyway, this rule starting change. In China, for those who about 16 years old, if you commit a killing, you'll be sentenced for the capital punishment. Because nowadays, 16 years old man or boy, the way they plot a killing, not like 16 years old, now change already. So China, they realized that, oh, world change already. They try to downgrade the age of a teenager for the juvenile delinquency. They downgrade the age for the juvenile delinquency already. So here, how our mandate will apply, same in the Dharma. So it really depends on the intention, whether you have the intention or not. It will decide your karma. Okay. So this is the first thing. Then secondly, let's take a look. As a human, we can do extremely evil, but also we can become a Buddha. Human is the only destination. The worst criminal, ever in Buddhism history is one. I think there's two famous people. One we call it as a Devadatta. Devadatta is considered why he commit the most crime. The reason is because his jealousy with the Buddha status, and he hoped to lead the Sangha community. So he tried to kill Shakyamuni, okay, but he caused the bleeding of the Buddha. Then secondly, he tried to, create the split between the Sangha community. So these two karma, the outcome of the Devadatta, reborn, fall into the hell for his very life. This is his karma. Well, the second one who create a quite great bad karma is the Angulimala. Let's take a look. Angulimala. He is also a monk, but previously he committed a very heavy crime. You see, let's take a look. So this is the Angulimala. Okay. Yeah, Sally. Can you see what is the feature of Angulimala? Do you see the features of Angulimala, Sally? What the Angulimala wear?
A leopard clothes.
Oh no. What I mean on the neck. What is it?
This one is the elephant tusk or tiger teeth.
No, this is the sausage.
Sausage, but I can't see clearly.
No, actually it's a finger, because once Angulimala kill one people, he will try to drop the finger and try to accumulate to 100, because according to his teacher, if he was able to kill 100 people, he will reborn as a heaven. So that is the story. Angulimala. Yeah. So Seri is not either sausage or elephant tusk. There's a human finger. Very famous case, But Angulimala become Arahant. He is quite different story. Why? Actually, Angulimala, he's very smart boy. He liked meditation. He liked the teaching. So he go to learn in one school. You see, but it's not the Buddhism, But Angulimala looks very handsome at that time. So the teacher wife, try to lure him. Because he's very attracted by the handsomeness of Angulimala. Okay, so he tried to lure. To commit adultery with Angulimala, but Angulimala refused. He said, "No, you are my master wife. How can I commit adultery with you? I cannot." The lady feel very shameful, once upon refusal from Angulimala. So he tried to trap him. So once his husband will come back, he tried to tear his clothes, okay, and then try to hurt himself. He said, "Your student try to rape me, you see." So he report to the teacher. So the teacher very angry. So the teacher do something. The teacher tell Angulimala, he said, "You are very smart. You are my smartest student. Now teach you one way so that you can reborn to the heaven. You just kill 100 people, he said. So once you kill 100 people and drop the finger, when you finish the 100th finger, then you will be born to the heaven, he said. In the beginning, Angulimala didn't believe, but once he started to kill after one people, the past life karma happened and make him turns out become very cruel, and the handsomeness gone already. He doesn't look handsome anymore. He look very, very terrible and horrible, you see. From the picture, it showed that, you see. Doesn't look handsome anymore. Then he keep on killing until the last one. Okay, he's ready to reborn, but he saw his mother. So he told himself that, oh, no, this is the mother I cannot kill. But he said, I still need one more people in order to reborn. So he planned to kill, but suddenly Shakyamuni appeared. So he think, okay, it's preferably I go to kill, the monk, better than my mother. So he keep on try to chase after Shakyamuni. So he keep on chasing, but he cannot reach Shakyamuni. Shakyamuni said, I already stopped, but you haven't stopped yet. Since Angulimala is very smart in the past life, immediately he understand already. So he said he want to become a monk, want to renounce. Renounce with the meditation, due to the past life good karma also very strong, he become arahant. But the consequence of killing many people is once he go for Pindabala, a lot of people will throw the stone until the whole body bleeding, but he just endure because this is the karma he has to born. Because a lot of people have a bad impression over him. So this is also another case because kill many people. But this case is quite different because the past life very strong good karma with the help with the quite excellent teacher, so he able enlighten. So you see, so that's why sometimes once we met some people with the wrong livelihood. For example, maybe the farmer, all right, the farmer maybe whatever the big farmer, maybe some public listed enterprise, but the company is killing one. Sometimes we use this case to console them. Because some Buddhists, even though they involved with this type of wrongdoing, but they can change the livelihood. Once they change, they can success, and quite a number of people will die, die for starvation. So they have to insist. So, but at the same time, they will contradict because a lot of the career involves killing, so we try to pacify them. We say, Angulimala has killed many people, so you have to work hard and meditate. Hopefully, the moment you pass away, your strong karma will become a guiding dharma and guide you to the good destiny. So this is why once the animal try to killing the animal, even though there will be some little minor retribution, but the retribution will guide them to the woeful state it would. Okay, so this is from the text. So let's take a look. Okay, then let's see. Finish. So here, this is the warning, you see. So please don't lose the human form. Class, this is so precious as a human. Don't lose it. How are we going to lose it? Class, basically, if you keep on committing the 5 precepts, for example, you keep on killing, you keep on, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, especially, you commit there's a major and minor offenses within all the 5 precepts. Especially if you commit the major, so you may lose your body as a human. So as a human, it's very precious. From the text, we know that. And then once you got a body, this is an opportunity to be better in the future. Why? Because we can meditate, we can do many things, so you can create your next destination. Why the Buddhism is so precious? The reason is Shakyamuni, he is smart enough to discover the rules and regulations within the universe. He is able, by using his third eye, to see that, what you do and where you go. And he able to find out the ways for liberation. So that's why, we appreciate Shakyamuni. So what Buddhism, why we study the Buddhism is to study the rules within the universe. And then from there we can master our future. It's very precious. I can say that. Okay. All right, we go to the next paragraph. Okay. Yes, Guan San, can you please read it out in general?
In general, people have much misunderstanding about the cycle of birth and death. In Hinduism, people believe that it does not matter whether people are sages, ordinary people, good people, or evil people. After they die, they will all enter King Yama capital. After the king judgment, the evil people are sent to various hells for punishment. The Chinese have always believed that people become ghosts after death, and that being a ghost means to return to the origins. The traditional Chinese view misunderstanding the Buddhist concept of transmigration in holding that all dead people become ghosts. In the Chinese view, those who have merit become spirit or gods. Offenders have to go through the deserved retribution in different hells and be sentenced by the 10 courts of Yama. After this punishment is over, they are then sent to different places, the human world or an animal existence, for rebirth that accords with their conduct before death. In general, Buddhists in China do not know that transmigration through the cycles of birth and death are based on people's life as human. This is to say, good or evil karma is caused by humans after they die. They will reborn as divine beings, humans, hungry ghosts, animals, or in the hells of according to their karmic forces. The Chinese, assuming that all people become ghosts after death, erroneously believe that the pivot of the transmigration is the destiny of being a ghost. Also, they do not differentiate between being a ghost and being in the hells. Thus, they think that after suffering in the hells, ghosts will then be reborn in the human world or into the destiny of being an animal. This is a serious mistake, but the traditional misconception lingers on. Some Buddhists wishing to be born in the heavens or the pure lands still cannot forget the traditional conception of people becoming ghosts after death. So although they constantly talk about wanting to be born in the heaven or in the pure lands, they simultaneously prepare for a family member of theirs to become a ghost. They make the paper money, paper houses, and so on that are used in the Chinese mortuary rites.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Okay, class, take a look. Well, this is the culture, King Yama. It is popular both in India and the Chinese culture. Okay, what we call it as a Yan Lo Wang. So when people die, I mean, there will be some god with the face of the horse, right, and the cow. They will come and arrest you to the King Yama, and King Yama will judge you. Actually, this is from, I mean, this is partial from, I mean, from the belief of Hinduism, but at the same time, Chinese culture, we do believe this thing also. Okay, well, the way I see that, actually, I wouldn't totally disbelieve because I noticed that even some Buddhists, through their meditation experience, they disclose me some facts, just somehow similarity with this type of facts, especially from Taoism. They also say that, yeah, they can feel something like that. But anyway, here the point is, if you think once you pass away, immediately you become ghosts, so this is wrong perception. But this is very common in Chinese Buddhism. Why? Because if you've got some elderly pass away in your family member, when Taoism come and then they will tell you, okay, they will be in the hungry ghosts. We try to bring them up. Am I right? Anyone have the experience? Can you tell me? Yeah, Guan Shan said it. Same, right? What I say, right? That's the Taoism. We tell you, right? This is the belief. But for us, we mentioned there is a 6th reincarnation. Actually, it's quite ridiculous also. Why? I remember, during Da Zai, then they will try to look at, during the Da Zai, before the sand, the coffin for burial, you see. They will go through one ceremony and round. So then they will start chanting. At the same time, they will see how much money you put inside the tin, If let's say the tin is too few money, he will chant at the same time, oh, please put more money. The more money you put, the higher your parents will go. Am I right? But since Da Zai, from the ceremony, you see, I think Da Zai, why Chinese people like it so much? The reason is because I think it is because when people pass away, sometimes people they found that if you do the funeral, and then you can have more face if you do the funeral in bed. All right, more people come, they eat, and then see. Feel very noisy, feel very happy, something like that. So I think this part is partial of the Chinese culture. If the pass away ceremony is very quiet, maybe they think, oh, we have no face, because the people will start to gossip. They say, how come people pass away in your house, but no people come to visit? Am I right, Guan San? It's happened, right? Partial in the culture. Say, am I right? You see, almost all the family is the same. Okay, but if let's say you become a Buddhist, you can use the Buddhism way, but if you're using Buddhism way, it's really very, very quiet. Because if you just chant Amidabha, it will be very quiet. For here, because you see a lot of dharma instrument, you see, you see the gong, you sing this, so many things, you see. So it will be very, very noisy, and all people, the whole village will come and watch. So this is how the village culture. But anyway, since I just joined my father's funeral, so I noticed that the funeral, actually there's some mixture between the Chinese, the Taoism, and the Buddhism funeral. Why? Because according to the history, I noticed that some monk become Da Zai and some Da Zai they become a monk. So once there is some there's some exchange, from both tradition, then you will see the mixture of the culture. So I noticed that in Taoism, the ritual, I noticed how come so many things belongs to Buddhism? And one thing actually, class, this type of Dharma instrument, as you see here, actually, it is not origin from the Indian. Actually, they are mostly from the Taoism. Why? Because the Buddhist monks are very smart. they come from Indian, they know in order to make the Dharma or the Buddhism popular in Chinese, and since Chinese is highly civilized, was Chinese civilized at the time, so you have to integrate in their life. So you have to be, you have to be, wear the way they wear, eat the way they eat. Then you can do some change here a bit, here and there, and let them gradually accept Buddhism. So I noticed my senior all are very smart. So finally, Buddhism become partial of the Chinese culture, and Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism. Three of them is, well merged together, become a Chinese culture. No people say Buddhism is the foreign culture anymore in Chinese. So this is the successful of my senior. I'm proud of them. So this is how they do. So that's why in order to make your religions or you want to make something popular, you have to really understand how people think. You have to wear their shoe in the first place before they accept you widely. See. Okay, so this is something regards this. So we go to the next paragraph. Okay, Yukwa, your turn to read. Some people, are you lost, Yukwa?
Yeah. Hold on, please. Some people feel they have to do these things in order to be visual children. They do not understand that after people die, their transmigrations follow their karmic forces. Many people can be reborn as humans and divine beings, while some who are mindful of Amitabha Buddha can be born in the Western Pure Land. How can these people be so sure that their parents will descend to the evil destiny of being ghosts after death? They might be insulting their parents, which is not religious at all. This Chinese belief that the ghost is water has raged on too long. People must be set straight. The first of the heavens is the realms of desire, followed by the realms of form and formlessness. Divine beings are physically superior and have the longest life. Their joy and their concentrations are also superior. The destiny of the heavens is a wonderful one, superior to the human world in the cycles of transmigration through birth and death. The first of the heavens is the realms of desire, where beings have minds and bodies and lives in an environment imbued with the five desires and sexual desire. The afflictions of the sentient beings that life in these heavens are bound to this status and cannot be separated from them. The vast realms of desire includes the earth, everything underground, the water, the sky, all the health, animals, hungry ghosts, humans, asuras, and the heavens of the desire realm. Mount Sumero forms its base. Two of the heavens in these realms are near the earth, the heavens of four kings and Trias Trimsa heavens. Above them in outer space are Yama heavens, Tusita heavens, Limanarati heavens, and Paralimitawasavatim heavens. All are like countries in the human world where with their kings, officials, and men and women. But the joy of the inhabitants is superior.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, let Elena continue, please. Above the ram. Sorry, Elena. No need first. Let me finish this. So class, we are talking about the realm of the desire. Okay, there's an organization which is from Tamakaya in Thailand. They make a video clip. Okay, I mean to let us understand how the realm is. So let me show you the video clip. Then we proceed from the video clip. So class, take a look. Okay, wait lah. Okay, thank you for the production. Very good. Yeah, Junjie, can you roughly tell us what did you watch just now?
It is the Divine Lady sharing what marriage she did to deserve such a beautiful outfit. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you think which aspect they are superior than as a human? Superior than us? You think what aspect, the way you see, they are superior than us?
in which aspect they are more spiritual than us. These are people in the heavens, right? So they are, I think they are all flawless.
Yeah.
They don't have any flawless.
Florence, you see they are shining, right?
Yes.
From the video clip, they make them shining, and they sounds more beautiful, right? Looks more beautiful, and the men also become more handsome. But we don't see men, and also it seems that they are more happy, So that is how is the desire realm, But they're still subject to, because they still got men there. You see, meaning to say that they still got, they will be married there, and they will still produce their offspring. You see, so meaning to say they still have the desire. We call it as a desire realm. But anyway, there's both a human. But anyway, Jing Jue, you think if really are like them, always you see they don't walk. They walk. They even don't walk. You know, they just maybe just fly, something like that. Always enjoy. You think will you meditate? You will cultivate or not?
I'm not so interested to live in those places.
So preferably go there, then the whole day you just
maybe for vacation, yes.
No need to meditate already. So
Yes.
this is why sometimes we are discouraged to be born to the, this type of realm. For this type of realm, there's a few places that we can see here. Let's take a look. Okay, here's the name. According to the Buddhism, we are human. And the level above the human is the heaven of the four kings. Heaven of the four kings. So let's take a look. This is the four kings we mentioned. Well, the picture of four kings is very common in the temple. Four kings. Not this heavenly four king. This is heavenly four king. They are just above our human realm only, or humanly four kings. Okay. You will notice them once you go to visit the temple. Okay. Then the next above the heavenly four king. If you stay in the heavenly four king, one day in heavenly four king is about 50 years in human life. Or 50 years in human life. So this is how this is why the lifespan is longer than the human. Okay. Then if we go further up, there will be Tauya Timsa. Tauya Timsa is about one day is about 100 years in the human. So where is a Tauya Timsa? Let's take a look. See. Basically, Tauya Timsa is very famous because Shakyamuni. Shakyamuni, mother reborn to the Tauya Timsa. Let me see. Tauya Timsa. Trayastrimsa. Trayastimsa. Shakyamuni. Maya. Okay, don't see it. Let's take a look. This is one of the picture we can find it. Buddha preached to his mother in the Traya Timsa. Well, basically, sometimes Buddha prefer choosing like Tauya Timsa to give the teaching. The reason is they can just sit down and listen to the Dharma continuously for 3 months. It could be done by the heavenly being only. For us, after 1 hour, we have to go to the toilet. Right? We go to the toilet. Then after a few hours, we feel hungry already. We cannot do things continuously. But for them, they are able to do so. So this is, but of course, do you think if in the Traya Timsa, the life is so enjoy? I think it's quite hard to get the audience to sit down, listen to the Dharma from Shakyamuni. It's I think even harder than here. You see, Because I got so many neighbors, none of my neighbor is my audience, you know. But my audience come from where? You are very far away, you see. But none of my neighbor come to my temple, I become an audience, you see. So meaning to say in the heaven, also same only. It can be a very few people will go to the temple in the heaven there to listen to the Dharma. Even harder because no suffering there. See how. Okay, next, this is the Tauya Timsa. Okay, class, basically, if you wish to know further, you can know further. Let's take a look from the Wikipedia. See, Tauya Timsa. Heaven is an important word of the Dewa in the Buddhist cosmology. See how. So the word Traya Timsa is an adjective form from the numerical Trayas Trimsa 33. According to the sutra, there is totally 33 levels in the Traya Timsa, and there's one of the they call one ruler each one of the ram. So sometimes we call it as a 33 planes also. Okay, then let's take a look. See so this belongs to 33. Okay, yeah, you can go further. So we call it as a Traya Timsa. Then if you're higher than a Traya Timsa, that is the Yama heaven, Tushita. Okay, among four of them, Tushita is the most famous. Why? Because all Buddha, before Parinibbana, they usually come from the Tushita. Plus, let's take a look. This is the Tushita realm. Where the future Buddha origin, you see. We got a hotel Tushita, you see. Yeah, we don't see the picture. Basically, some Buddhist organization, maybe some resort called Tushita. Okay, but of course, the real Tushita is even more wonderful than this. Even better than the video clip we watched just now. According to the history of the Buddhism, basically, in order to become a Buddha, okay, they must be from Tushita and come to the earth. Okay, and they start, the whole life again, in order to attain to the Buddhahood. So this is, we know something regards to Tushita, and in Tushita, in order to become a Buddha, you see, now, according to our history, we noticed that they got a few monks, Chinese monks, they are in the Tushita and listening the Dharma from the Maitreya. And now, you see, of course, this is according to the bibliography from certain high monk, and they notice that during their meditation experience, they notice all this. Okay, they write it down. Hey, Guan San, you sit properly, you know. Because just now the camera, I shoot you in the ugly way, everything has to record down. You sit properly. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so this is the inhabitant day. They got man and woman. Okay, well, basically, you see here. I think next paragraph there will be someone describe this. Okay, let's go further. Okay, Elena, your turn to read, please. Above the ram.
Above the realm of desire is the realm of form, where there are beings with minds, bodies, and dwelling places, but without desires. The afflictions of these divine beings are bound to these forms. So this heaven is called a realm of form. The heaven of the realm of form is broadly divided into 4 jhanas heaven, and more strictly divided into 18 heavens. The first jhana heaven actually is comprised of 3 heavens: the multitudes of Brahma, the ministers of Brahma, the great Brahma, and the great Brahma. Although these beings are in these heavens do not have different genders, they still have the structure of countries with rulers, ministers, and populace. The second jhana heaven has 3 heavens: lesser light, limitless light, and light sound. The third jhana heaven also has 3 heavens: lesser purity, limitless purity, and universal purity. The fourth jhana heavens has 9 heavens: the heavens of no cloud, birth of good fortune, abundant fruit, no thoughts, no affliction, no heat, good manifestation, good views, and ultimate form. All these beings above the second jhana heaven live in solitude. Each individual's palace is his own world, in contrast to the receptacle world, the shared world of human beings. Above these heavens is the realm of formless, where bodies and their dwellings do not exist. Only the mind exists. The beings in this realm are bound to their mind and its attributes. Because there is no matter occupying space, the location of this realm cannot be described. The inhabitants' intensity of mental concentration achieved through meditation. Concentration is a causal fact that leads to the rebirth in the heavens. Is higher than that of beings in the fourth jhana of the realm of form. The realm of formlessness also has four heavens: infinite space, infinite consciousness, nothingness, and neither perceptions nor non-perception. Thus, in total, there are 28 heavens in the three realms.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, class, take a look. This is the cosmology of the Buddhism. Let's take a look at cosmology, Buddhism. Okay. Well, this is a little bit technical. Okay, huh? So actually we don't. I can't see now. I don't know what is it about. Okay, so this is not a good diagram. Let me try to find a better one. Well, this is more artistic lah, huh? So maybe we can use this. Okay, huh? Okay, class. Basically, let me see. This is the cosmology. It just belong to the Buddhist, huh? I think yes, maybe, huh? Oh, okay, this one got a Buddhist cosmology. I think still be very small, maybe. Okay, class, here quite obvious. We will see something here. You see, okay. So I can guess. We see the solar system here. Class, this is a Sumeru mountain. Okay, so in Sumeru mountain, here is the what we call the desire ram. You see, there's totally 6 heaven here. Class, basically the 6 heaven. Especially remember the first one is the 4 heavenly king. Until the last one, they still eat, but the way they eat is quite different. You see, here we have to buy the veggie, we have to cook the veggie, we have to eat the veggie, and then we have to wash the dish. But like if you the upper level you go, no need. You just think the food appeared. You just think, then you got food already. Yes, Kamling, do you like it? do you like this lifestyle? No need to buy the dish. No need to wash, no need to cook. Do you like it, Kamling?
Don't know.
I don't know. Hey, Amanda, do you like it?
Eat already.
Hey, even better than better than you go look for delivery, right? Amanda, do you like it? You just think only, then think as the peer. You think, I like it lah. Okay, so next line, you better reborn there, even better than the delivery. Oh, even more convenient than the delivery, Okay, class. The upper they are, the life, especially in eating, getting more simple. Same with producing offspring. You see, as a human, if you want to produce offspring, there must be involve some sexual intercourse. Okay, but once the higher level they are, okay, some in certain level, they just hug to each other, then they can produce the offspring already. The higher level they are, so maybe they just touch the hand, they can produce the offspring already. Then the highest level, they just by just staring to each other, they can produce the offspring already. You see, meaning to say that the way they eat the food and also produce the offspring, this involves the desire getting simpler and simpler until they reach the level number 6 and go to the form level that totally no sex, no food. So this is the form level as we call here. Class, take a look. This the level is here. You see, it's about the form level is here. So just now our text mentioned first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana. Okay, class. Even though we say they don't eat the food, but they still have the tongue and the nose. Okay, why? Because if without the tongue and nose, they will be very ugly. Actually, they got, but just the nerve system is not available in the mouth and the tongue. Okay, how do we know that Okay, class. Basically, as we know if the jhana number 1, 2, 3, 4 the most the heaven being which we can still approach is the first jhana, and then after the first jhana they won't come here anymore. Why? Because according to the Dharma, the upper of the first jhana is the Dafan Tian one, the king of the Brahma, the king of the Brahma. So the king of the Brahma, according to the legends, according to the legend, Shakyamuni just after enlightened, the king of the Brahma come and requested Buddha to preach the Dharma. So this is what we know. And secondly, is due to this figure. Well, actually, this is the Buddha. Is very famous in India, I don't know, in Thailand, because people used to back something from this a 4-faced statue Buddha. Actually, no, he is the Brahma King. He is the Brahma King. You see, so this is the highest level of the being. We are able to approach to us. Okay, according to the sutra, if they want to come down. To request Dharma from Buddha, basically is in the midnight. Why? Number one, of course, they don't want to attract attention from the human. Second, as a human, we are very audacious, The way they watch see, just just we see the lava, not the lava, the worm in the ship. It's just similar only. So they will try to avoid us. And one thing is, if really is in this level, there's no difference between man and woman, no man and woman, because there will no more desire to produce the offspring, and also no more desire to eat the food. Okay, if let's say they don't eat the food, how do they survive? Yong Xing, what do you think? How do they survive without eating the food?
Maybe got like plant like that, got air, got sunlight, nutrient.
You mean they absorb energy from the sunlight? Okay. Well, it's a good imagination. I think maybe somebody should invite you to become a screenplay. You can write a movie for them. Okay. Basically, how they get the joy is from the jhana. Yes, this is the word. Class, let's take a look. Jhana heaven. Yeah. Basically, they will feel full by attaining the jhana. Okay, it's the same. Class, if you meditate, by meditation, you can attain to the first jhana also. At that time, you don't feel, your attachment to the food with God. Basically, because if through meditation you can attain to that level, meaning to say that your spiritual level is as similar as the first jhana. At that time, you will attach, you wouldn't attach anything in our worldly place. But of course, even though you attain to the jhana, maybe just temporary only. Why? Because our vipaka is as a human, so we will come back as a human again, and we used to, enjoy, we used to enjoy the object, which is tangible to our five faculty. We used to it already. It's not easy you go to the jhana, but once you go to the jhana, basically you will forget all about the five desires in the world, because they are not lovely compared with the jhana. Because if you meditate in the jhana, you always be the light, you just see different level of the light. So class, you see how you will notice many names regards to the light here, you see. Class, take a look, you see. The second jhana, you see, lesser light, limit light, light sound, you see. Less purity, limitless purity, universal purity, you see. It means what? It means the being always with the light. So class, during meditation, I have to congratulate to you if you can see your nimitta. Because the nimitta itself is the light similar with the heaven being, you see. But you have to establish it, and you have tried to make it mature so that one day you can reborn. If let's say you reborn, there you will also with the body of the light. So at this level, you have a mind, you have a body, but you don't have a desire. Okay, totally 4 level. But if you process some more, wow, that level even better. If you reach to that level, no body, no desire, just the mind only. Yes, Amanda, what do you think? Just the mind only, no more physical body. Are you looking for this place?
I guess so, because I think I relate it to blissfulness.
Blissfulness. It is bliss, and you don't like the body. You find that the body is an obstacle, right? It's obstacle. Yeah. If you reborn to that level, basically totally no more physical body, just the mind only. Okay. According to the history, Shakyamuni after Prince Tata, okay, after renounce become the monk, he go around to look for many teachers. So the best teacher he discover is this 2 level. The best 2 teacher he ever discover is the teacher at this 2 level. Infinite consciousness is the nothingness, and neither perception nor non-perception. Okay, so we can see this 2 level from here. So class, let's take a look. We can let's see how. It's about here, class, the highest part. Okay, so one day in that realm is about countless in our realm. I think maybe the whole earth disappeared, gone, okay, and form again. you still haven't finished. As the lifespan at the finest one. We call it as an immaterial state. Okay, but anyway, Amanda, you are discouraged to go because Buddha say if you're reborn there, there might be an obstacle for you. Because if you without the physical body, you need to say that you don't have the ear faculty. If you don't have the ear faculty, how can you hear the Dharma? So probably don't go there. But anyway, it's okay if you go to the form realm. Why? Because in the form realm, you're still able to meet some master, and then they may be able to teach you. I know. I think you dislike human, right? Because the interaction between the human is very complicated. It is correct, right? Well, basically, according to the Dharma, in the first jhana, especially the third levels begin, you will be only one. If you reach that level, the level we call it as a heavenly king. This level is this. See, now, first jhana, the great Brahma. Yes, you see, a multitude of Brahma, meaning to say, a minister of Brahma, meaning to say that they got so many beings there. But once you reach to the great Brahma, you are the only one. You are the only one. So that's why we're skeptical that some religions they might be in this level, because we read through, we noticed that some religions claim that they are beginner. They created. They say, oh, when I want the sun appeared. I want the moon appeared. Whatever I want, it appeared, and they feel that only oneness only. So we suspect maybe they are in this level. We suspect okay. Yes, Amanda, any questions?
So just now you mentioned if it like Brahma is in the formlessness realm, no ear cannot hear the Dharma.
No ear is not the form, is in the formless realm. Yes.
Yeah, formless realm. Yeah. So if any being in this formless realm without an ear to listen to Dharma, then how are they supposed to proceed to advance to become better? Yeah,
they cannot advance. They cannot advance. They cannot advance. They will be there forever. Not forever. There still will be reincarnation, but the lifespan is very, very long. You can say quite long. But still not yet Nibbana yet. The recycled birth and death still there. But because since the lifespan is so long, as I say, even though the whole earth gone and reform again, they're still there, you see. So they will have a misconception that they might be eternal. They will have the misconception, they think that I might be eternal. They cannot proceed. Why? Because once the teacher from these two, once the teacher passed away, the teacher who is able to attain these two realms, according to the bibliography, the teacher is from this nothingness and neither perception nor non-perception. Once they reborn to that level, Shakyamuni tried to teach them, but failed to reach them. So at that time, Shakyamuni concluded that, please, my disciple, don't reborn to that level, because I want to tell the Dharma to my teacher, but I failed to do so. So this is the reason why he called reborn in this level as one of the 8 obstacles in learning the Dharma. Okay, Amanda got it. Okay. Basically, we are able to feel the realm through meditation. Class, yes, you are able. Through meditation, once you're able to reach the first jhana, you can feel the spiritually at the level of that level. And same, some people once they reach the first jhana, some will claim, hey, how come I see some dewa? Yes, of course, because your frequency is similar with them. Of course, you are able to see them. But the level higher than you, you're not able to see. So you have to keep on practice the jhana and reach to the higher and highest level. And once the frequency is similar with some additional condition, you are able to see them. But not many people. Then you will know that, oh, whatever cosmology mentioned in the Buddhism is not a tale. They are the truth. Anyone have the eagerness to go to watch this type of different level? Can you put up your hand? Who have the curiosity to just really feel that? Yongxin want to learn only Amanda. Yes, please work hard in meditation, but still no 100% guarantee. Insurance also 100% pay you. They will pay you by condition. Me also send. So Amanda cry, you see. Good simple. Next time you put the simple. I like it. Okay, so this is how you can experience that. So Jing Jue, since you are very emphasized the thing which I mean you can feel, you can touch, you can experience. So I encourage you to do the meditation. Okay, then maybe you can really understand them. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so time's up already, class. Okay, so we finish here. In next lesson, I think we'll try to finish all the RAM.